What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Berserk 305, 306, and probably 307. At least I think starting here, right? Last reaction was some of the best. Yeah, we're on the right one. Um, some of the best panels, some of the best artwork we've had. It's definitely up there in the entire series. Now, I don't 100% know what's happening, and I'm getting a little bit of time to get ahead here, so not even Patreon has seen that video by the time I'm recording this one. I might be repeating myself as far as like what's happening with him, what Skull Knight was or was not able to do, those type of things. Um, Again, Skull Knight and Guts are an interesting dilemma here because I don't know if they operate fully 100% outside of the realm of whatever destiny, fate, whatever you want to call it, happens to be pulling the strings. If they're kind of halfway in it, halfway out of it, I don't know. So again, it's kind of like the Ganishka thing of like, even if Ganishka was all powerful, and he, aside from God Hand, on the planet Earth, he is the strongest being, period, minus God Hand. And they don't even know if they can freely walk in and out of Earth, so. But even if he is hell reincarnated, the strongest, etc., Griffith's life is not his to take. So no matter what he does, he's just always meant to lose. That's how the story goes. This is how the story always goes 1,000 times out of 1,000 times. In like the Earth, say everything in existence is just obliterated, like Astral, God Hand, planet Earth, like all of it, and it just restarts like 1,000 times over 2,000 for a millennia, millions of years, and it always ends the same way. Ganishka loses every single time. You know. So with that being said, same thing with like the Skull Knight and Griffith here. Griffith's life is not Skull Knight's to take. So what he's even going to be able to accomplish here, what he's going to be able to do, I don't know. Clearly he doesn't kill him here. Chapter 305 of like another 70 to go. Could he? Can anybody injure this man? It's hard for me to know that we have a fighting chance when I don't know what the endless possibilities of the antagonist are. I don't even fully know what he's capable of in his God Hand form, and if he can even be weakened. But I don't know. Like same thing again with this this made Behelit sword that he's put together. Is that even possible? Or does it just look cool? Like, can he actually wound him? Is it meant in the story for him to be wounded by it? A lot of moving things. I'm expecting some wildness to happen here. I would like to see Ganishka starting to wipe out some of the humans, if anything. Because for him to be this big bad colossal titan times 10, blocking out the sun, spawning minions of himself that are just as strong as his war demon apostles, and he's not even able to take out like half of the Midland forces. You can't take out a couple humans. Like, man, that's almost more embarrassing than the last time. At least the last time they seem to be pushing people back and slightly winning. Here, like, he's just getting stonewalled. So we'll see. A lot of moving parts. I also some people suggest maybe adding some Berserk covers instead of actual songs. So we got some songs mixed in here. Again, YouTube and its new ad thing. I'm probably gonna have to come back here and get rid of some of these ads, but we'll see how it goes. Press play on that. If you guys are hearing these songs, as always, you know that it worked. If you're not, then it in fact did not work. Recording on. Cool. I think by the time Patreon sees this, the One Piece live action will have started, and those 4 random Naruto episodes are going to be started too, and I don't know what they're planning to do with that. I don't know if it's just remastered episodes with like maybe an extra scene or two, or is this completely like new original content from the early Naruto? I don't know, but there's a lot moving on, and Jujutsu will have started by then, so it's a lot moving. Hopefully we're keeping up with it. Let's go ahead and do it. 305. I can tell this is going to be a short chapter just by the scroll bar. Y'all seeing? Are they just showing different perspectives from different like places on Earth? Got people out here in the farm, people out here on the water, people out here in the mountains. What are we looking at? What's everyone freaking out about? And like I don't know. Oh wow. Okay, everyone's experiencing it. I would love to know how far away we are. That's a pretty great shot, though. Just the crew in general. I would love to know how far away we are. Like, are we talking like they're in like? I'm just trying to think of like real. Like, are they in the Gulf of Mexico and they're fighting in like Georgia, Atlanta? Like, is that how close we are? Type shit. Or like, are they fighting in like Alaska, Canada, and they're seeing that from the Gulf? Like, I don't. I'd love to know a perspective of just depth perception of how far we are away. What is? Okay, so we saw this happening. Oh, now that I get a closer look at it, was that everybody's astral form last? Because I thought like, oh wow, people are like they're melting or they're being burnt alive. I think whatever's happening is somehow awakening every person's astral form. So like what we've been seeing Shirka and Farnese practice, whatever's happening has somehow maybe awakened everybody's astral form and they're aware of it. I don't know. I don't know. Is that Earth? Is that like Earth scale? Is that what we're looking at right here? Oh wow, we're at the moon. What is happening? Is this gonna be the first time we've gotten a single chapter with no text? I kind of want it to have no. Where the hell these unicorn come from? I kind of want there to be not a single line of text. Like, just go ahead and hit me with it. I don't even really know what it is that I'm looking at. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. These giant ass snakes are killing off these unicorn. Okay. I don't know if that's supposed to have some symbolization here, but I'm assuming what this is showing here is like the doorway's open. Like it was open. Like between the two worlds, like they were meshing. Like there was a crack in the door possibly, and things were starting to seep through. Well, they were only seeping. It was kind of like a one-way door. No, it was two-way because we had walked into like one of the god hands, like dens or dimensions or whatever. But I'm assuming it's just fully open right now. Like come one, come all. Like anybody can come through. So are these unicorns and snakes coming from Astral side, or what's going on here? I don't know. Those snakes are massive. Hell. And are these apostles? Oh, it's one body with multiple heads. I don't know. This is giving me what was her name? Rosalind, whatever. Her like apostle being able to turn others. Like so again, I don't know. Like, is this? Do they work for Griffith? Like, what am I looking at here? What am I actually looking at here? All right, so we had an entire chapter no text. I kind of didn't hate it. I'll be honest with you, I didn't hate it. If I had to guess, this is why I hate getting too far ahead with reactions because maybe some of these questions would have been answered in the last video. I just think either, like I said, the gate that's separating the two or the doorway that was like maybe cracked and like, okay, we've got like some trolls leaking in and we accidentally stumbled upon a demonic god hand layer or dimension. Like the doorways were like slightly opened. Now I just think it's full. I think Astral and like it's fully integrated. Like there's no like, okay, things are starting to seep through. Like it's just one world now. In my opinion, that's thought process number one. Or thought process number two, he's somehow just like fully opened the gates of hell. Like it's just unleashed. Maybe that's one and the same. Is hell different from Astral? Probably. I don't know, but I think whatever's happening, like they're just coming through. You can't stop it. The other dimension has fully just released. Now again, is everything under Griffith's control? And at any point, if he wanted to just go touch these monsters and they would turn to dust type thing, could he do that? Probably. So again, like I don't know if these are things that answer to Griffith or fear Griffith, because I don't know what the astral world is, as far as like, does everything in there answer to them as well, or everything there just like doesn't care? I don't know. Like, are these beasts and things living in fear of Godhand and Griffith and others? Like, do witches over there like fear that, or like there's just no hierarchy there? Things just do what they do. I don't know. That dragon looks kind of dope though. Oh shit, the trolls are back. So I think it's more of the worlds are just fully integrated, like 100%. Like there's no more separating the two. Like it's just one world. Now here's the thing though. I'm assuming Griffith wants things to rule over, right? He wants his palace and, you know, he doesn't just want an empty castle, an empty nation. How do you protect all these people while you got your shit going on at the same time? Amongst villages, cities, nations, and people for centuries or millennia, stories have been told about. Oh, so these are just monsters coming to life. Stories have been told about them as if they really exist. People fear them, yearn for them, yet cannot catch or escape them. Thus have they gone on imagining this other half of the world, and it now lies before their eyes. Yeah, I think the gate just... Mankind's desire, Fantasia, holy shit. Well, I was gonna say, I had an argument a couple episodes ago of like people kind of living in the whole like ignorance is bliss type thing. Like Griffith saves them and all those type of things, but they don't know what Griffith is. They don't know what the war demons are. They don't know like what their true forms is. They're just happy to be saved, and you know, all praise the White Hawk and Band of the Hawk, and it's so great. Wow, Griffith's such a great guy. And then you saw, I think it was last reaction or a couple chapters ago, when they found out what the war demons are and the monsters. It's like, oh shit, I thought maybe they would be able to live ignorant of the fact of what they praise. But now that you got trolls just walking the streets and dragons flying everywhere, people are going. I mean, people are already willing to die to him, but people are going to flock to Griffith because this is the only power that can stop that. Of whatever this Fantasia bullshit is. It was like, okay, you know, after this, there's not gonna be a single opposing force on the world that would cause him danger, and there still might not be. But it was just like, oh, men can just fight men if anything ever happens, you know? Now, like, he's going to be the only force in the entire planet that can stop dragons from just decimating villages and countrysides and... Jeez Louise. It's getting pretty bad out there, guys, huh? Things are getting pretty serious. Oh no. Are they about to form again? It's happening. What the fuck am I looking at? Someone had commented, like... I forgot what they commented, but something along the lines of, like... You know, Berserk storyline really taking a turn, hasn't it? And just this image alone, like, puts that in my head. Like, what am I looking at? It's kind of like the argument, spoilers if you haven't seen Naruto, of like the early days when it was just about like throwing hands. Like, these are ninja. We do ninja things, you know. We have, you know, we have arc ninja stars and kunai, and you know, I have to channel it and really do hand-to-hand combat stuff. And it was like, oh, the eye powers are only used to like give you a little bit of a boost. And then you get to the end of Naruto and they're summoning like demigod, chakra beast, and controlling things and summoning planets and moons. It's like, how did we go from that to that? That's what I feel like is going on here. Like, but the thing with Berserk though is they did start you out with that. You get introduced to that Griffith shit first, so it's already like, okay, there's some demonic shit happening there. But I couldn't wrap my head around at that point. If you showed me this, what am I looking at? And I'm trying to go back to the quote. Is it essentially just whatever nightmares humans have had, they manifest inside the astral, and now it's just anything that's ever been dreamed of or thought of is now physically walking Earth. Villages, cities, ancient peoples, stories have been told about them as if they really exist. People fear them, yearn for them, they cannot catch them or escape them. They're imagining this half other. Because like the dragons I get, the trolls I get, you know, ghosts and shit I get, all that. What the hell is this? What is this? Oh lord. Oh no. They're all coming out. All the God Hand are summoning. Why? It's really wild, isn't it? That like Skull Knight will drop by and say things like, you know, this only happens every 1,000 years. This only happens every couple hundred years, which is not possible to happen in the lifetime of an average human. And lucky us. In Guts' timeline, things that haven't happened for thousands of years, hundreds of years, are happening within the span of like a decade. Jeez. Like these are... Okay, so what we're looking at here, these are our apostle buddies, right? Yeah. And they're all kind of just looking at the same thing. That was bright as hell. That's it. Dang. So in 2 chapters, did we get 1 page worth of text? Yeah, we did. That was it. I kind of like it, though. We're kind of we're just giving our own commentary. What the hell is this? Dang. He looks, like he's almost at retired age right here, the way they did his face. So now I'm concerned for us on the boat, by the way, of we're just in this open body of water. If you see things just taking over, like terraforming the planet and shit. If dragons fly over or things start manifesting out of the water, kind of screwed. If we just get stuck battling things in the middle of the water. We need to... Land might be worse because there might be more things to run into, but at least if it's the same thing in the real world. Like, if I'm getting attacked by a gorilla or a lion or a tiger or something, do I probably lose? Yes. But guess what? I can run, I can move, I can breathe. If I get attacked by a shark or something in water, the like 1% chance I had that I might have had on land of being able to escape something or like think of something, I'm fighting the shark and the ability that I can't breathe underwater at the same time. So I think we need to get to land ASAPers. And then we haven't addressed, like, I think everybody's astral form is like awakened right now. It's going crazy. Is an elf? Too big to be an elf. I don't know what that is. Davy Jones? Pirates? What am I looking at here? Pretty dope, though. Alright. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Anybody new? Anybody new? Shirka, Cedro, Barney, Serpico. Yep. Roderick. Yep, we got all that. Okay, here we go. Okay, so before I read this text, you see these dragons flying around and shit, and you see these 2 guys on horseback. Are they with whatever's going on here? Or what's going on? The giant demonic beast transformation of Ganishka was put... What? That's it? Hold on, let's see. The giant I'm making sure I read that correctly. The giant demonic beast transformation of Ganishka was put to death by Griffith. I wanted to see him go crazy. It's so crazy because, like, when the betting odds came out, when Vegas put out the betting odds, when Caesar's Palace introduced us to Ganishka, and I saw him slapping the shit out of Zod and other apostles, I went straight to the casino and I put money down. Oh, Ganishka's gonna be a force, bro. He's gonna weaken Griffith. He's not gonna kill him because again, it's not his kill to take, but he's gonna like get rid of all his apostles or show that like Griffith has a weakness or something like that. And I lost all my money. Man died. Did absolutely nothing to Griffith. The giant demonic beast, transformation of Ganishka, was put to death by Griffith, and a swing of the Knight of the Skeleton sword turned Ganishka into the source from which sprung a new world. So are we saying they did it at the same time? I don't know. The otherworldly light and wind that emitted from Ganishka engulfed every nook and cranny of the planet. Thus did the world change. This new world was one in which creatures mankind had imagined and spoken of for generations suddenly existed. I feel like I've seen that in a lot of story iterations of like humans thinking of like all the bad things or nightmares or, you know, unicorns or Loch Ness monsters and things like that, and then that story ends up turning to where like those monsters start walking the earth. Interesting. This new world was one in which creatures mankind had imagined and spoken of generations. Now again, if these things were already under his command, Griffith doesn't really care. They were scared of him in the Astral, they'll be scared of him here. You know? But again, I don't know if they are or what the levels to or that are. But we did see like God Hand. Holy shit. Like the northern tree of myth, piercing the heavens and reaching to the ends of the earth. Like the eastern tree of Sutra, where the sage meets with enlightenment. Like the western tree of ritual, signifying the reason of all creation, as if it were the origin rooted in all mankind. It was like the very essence of tree itself. Even the apostles are like, whoa, just kind of wild. Is there any consciousness of Ganishka in this? Because we kind of got his backstory, which is classic anime of like if a character gets just all of an abrupt backstory of, then you know they're about to die. But like, is there any piece of him consciously, unconsciously that's still a thing, or like how does that? I don't know. Or does this have nothing to do with him now? Like there's no parts of him that still linger? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. That song paused and I thought my shit froze. What is going on? Oh wow, are we on like, we're going to like different corners of the earth that we've never seen in this story? No, like this is a completely different like culture, territory, structural armor for warriors and things. I don't think we're even on the same continent in some of these shots. Now here's the thing. Yeah, this doesn't even look like any part that we've ever seen. Now with all the negative things that have been conjured up and thought of by mankind, can there be good things here too? Can good things come through that mankind have thought of? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if there's any good in this story, right? Is that the legendary city said to have sunk deep beneath Windham so long ago? No, it's too huge to be that. Majestic. It doesn't appear man-made at all. Well, perhaps that makes it all the more appropriate. As if it's the capital of the new world, where the hawk shall sit and rule. That's what I was saying, like, I think this looks like point for the good guys. I don't even know who the good guys are, but like, I guess humans. Oh, who knows? It truly is. Falconia, capital of the... I just hate that, like, he's getting level ups. Like, oh, look at your town, man. Falconia, the capital of the hawk? Because now what's going to be so wild is, like, the apostles could just stay in their apostle form and walk the streets, and people would be like, oh, hey, Zod. You know, just on a daily basis, like, going to pick up their milk and shit. Because, like, this is now the world that we live in. But, like, Humans aren't safe, by the way. Looking back to last chapter, you can't just be walking around with these dragons and shit flying around. I think humanity is going to have to somehow make its rite of passage towards this city and stay within these walls, and the apostles will just protect. But, like, is it all for show? If Griffith really wanted to, couldn't he just get rid of everything that's now? I don't know. I don't know. That's a pretty great shot, though. I mean, it's all over, though? Is it all over? Are they just... I'm suspecting that they're running towards the city. Yeah, that's where they're going. Okay. That's a lot going on here. I feel like I have so many questions and we had so little text. It's crazy. I think maybe this might be the best one. Just from like shock factor and things. Kind of liked this, but I don't know if I'll be able to get that in the shot, really. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get that in there. This one's not so bad. I did kind of like the animated one of, but I feel like those are like easy ones to take, like the colored pictures at the beginning. It up here. Like, yeah, I don't know what the pirate ship's got to do with shit, or who she is, he is. What the hell's going on here? Maybe we'll go with that. Griffith doesn't get, he's not getting unsolicited publicity on my watch. So yeah, again, what the hell? I mean, we got an explanation of what's going on, but sucks to see Ganishka go out like that. Yeah, I need a good, because again, I think I'll even get ahead of this chapter. I need a good, like, concise breakdown of from essentially chapter 299 to right here, chapter 307, of like what actually is, like, what am I looking at, you know, type thing, like what actually just happened, type thing, you know. Like I get it on paper, like the Fantasia and everything that's going on with it and yada yada yada. I guess that kind of the main question is, and this is a question I had before that I never got confirmation on, is like what's the hierarchy of the astral world there? Like, does everything fear God Hand? Does everything fear Griffith? Do they have rule on that side like they do over like the strings that they pull on Earth type thing? It could really be kind of like a, I'm trying to think, maybe like a Matrix situation if you haven't seen the Matrix, but like how kind of like free people and humans, you know, on this simulated Earth, they're afraid of the agents, you know, those type of thing. You know, they can take over their bodies if they want to, you know, we're no match for them, yada yada, blah blah blah. But like zooming out of it, the Matrix in the real world where the machines kind of rule everything, the agents are just whatever. They're, I'm a programmer or a machine. I'm not threatened by the agents. Like that means nothing to me. Like it's whatever. It's the same thing like here, like God Hand. Oh wow, like they're essentially playing with human lives and human destiny here, you know. But like when they're back in like where they originally come from, everyone's like, oh okay, that got to do with me. So I don't know. Like I don't know if that's kind of like how we're playing it here. Like does God Hand rule and play destiny on both sides? Of like everything that's in the astral, everything that's on planet Earth. Because I'd be very curious to see. Because if the astral plays outside of that realm of what's dictated by destiny and what isn't, it could make for an interesting story. Yeah, that's just a whole big question. It's like everything that's been summoned, everything that's here, would they dare even turn aggression towards Griffith? Like, let's be honest, would they? I don't know, because there's just some dumb beast out there that are just kind of wandering. But even they would like put a look on their face like, okay, I know not to test that. I have absolutely no idea. So besides that of like whatever's now become of Fantasia, and I guess this is going to be the capital of the new world, Falconia, whatever the hell he's just getting handed to him. That kind of astral moment there of like, we saw it happening to Sonya and some of the others, and then we saw it happening to guts as well. We only got to see them for that little second there. I'm curious, like, does that do anything? Or are people now freely able to maybe bounce back and forth between their astral forms now that that has been awakened? I have absolutely no idea, but yeah, we got 30 minutes out of maybe 2 pages worth of text, so very, very interesting. Better hurry up and get off this damn boat. That's all I gotta say. It's just wild. I thought right there, I was like, holy shit, are we on a new continent? Like, we've never seen these kind of like structures and people and the way they look, and it's like, no, this is just a level up pack. You just got that DLC, that battle pass just came out, you know, here's a new town, here's all this. It's just, it's all an absolute mess, but we'll go ahead and leave it there. Made for some dope shots, so we really appreciated that. So we'll see. He's just pointing his people to his new city, so we'll see how it goes. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,